A strange device.
So endeth the lesson, Godwoken. I hope you fare well on your path.
A Godwoken. I'm afraid.
My energy is... My powers is...
I'll need to get clever with this lock.
I've no idea what any of this means.
I can understand this reads, "In the footsteps of the Eternals." But what that means remains to be seen.
An ancient library. I feel right at home.
Here we go.
I think I'm missing something here.
The spirit of a
I admire your enthusiasm, but I'm just about to close the gallery for the evening. You'll have to return in the morning.
Oh, come now, surely you must have heard of the gallery. That's
All the powers that a God-woken needs. I will not allow it to be I am Master Trenley.
The ghost
You're new, so I won't report your insolence. But I will not allow it.
An elegant and intelligent-looking lizard. A hunger rises deep within you. The hunger dies away. The ghost's memory. He's wrong. He'll die. You are Candor, and as his shadow, you turn and flee toward... A hunger rises deep. The hunger...
Which one came next?
Her memories flow. You are in love. Redless went to see the... And a gentle pain stabs your heart. Believing it comes, she knows Redless went to see the Chancellor in his chambers. She did not know that Lucian was already there.
Ow! I think I'm missing something here.
Your time will come, and sooner than you think.
The dwarf's shoulders...
Thank you, friend. Name's Rufus. Former...
Come on now, back to the students' hall.
You are Leonard Rawle. You are a godwoken and a thief. You... His mind closes to... Candor still thinks he'll... You are Candor, and as you turn and flee toward a hunger... The hunger... His memory comes to you like a hound to its master. Your name is Redless, and you are godwoken. But you know that you can never be divine. You are in love with Tarion, your rival, and that love makes you weak. You hear rumors of a god king who would free you to be with Tarion. You seek the Chancellor's knowledge of this king, but when you find the Chancellor, he lies dead. A figure stands over him, Lucian, the great divine. He smiles at you and bids you approach him. He lays a hand upon your shoulder, and his blade slices your gut. As you fall, poor Redless, you know that you will never see your Tarion again. Redless awakens as if from a daze. He takes what would have been a breath, were he still alive, and breaks into a run. The lovers stare into each other's eyes, together at last. Tarion registers your presence for the first time. She smiles at you in gratitude. Redless gives you a nod of acknowledgement. You know they'll leave now for the Hall of Echo. They turn to each other.
welcome to the Forbidden Library. Do not fear the truth, though it smash your world to pieces. Do not fear the truth about the gods. The gods destroy what they have made. You think them cruel, but they are not. They own us, and will do with us what they must.
A thought arrives from deep within, a single word. Lies.
Redulus sought the secrets of the gods. Redulus sought the God King, and Redulus died at Lucian's hand.
Hunger rises deep with the hunger dies. Ice-cold water is suddenly thrown in your face. The pain makes itself known again, swamping your senses. A pale, misshapen figure. You hear yourself croak out a plea. Please, I don't know anymore. A guttural voice responds with a wheezing laugh. I know. The iron touches you, so hot that it feels cold. The sound of your own screams fill your ears, while the smell of burning flesh and hair fill your nostrils.
Every time. It doesn't matter. He'll fetch me, Lucky. Has he not simply told...
Something on your mind, darling?
Do what you must at this place, sorcerer. I don't want to linger a moment longer than...
I've got sword fighters, mages, archers, all willing to fight by your side if the price is right.
Something on your mind, darling? Darling. Why, I can't remember the last time someone showed me such kindness. Maybe even never. When it matters most, I will stand alongside you. I promise.
Whatever type of companion you need, I can provide.
After all, I am soon to be a... Tread carefully, my dear.
Do what you must at this place.
Force won't work.
So...
Much to your surprise, you encounter Ifan Ben Medst once more, but wasn't he dead?
Alive? I am far from alive. I am sworn to the Covenant. And you too will be far from alive after I face you in the arena of the One.
He smirks, and something awful glitters in the void behind his eyes. Something you never saw there.
Look here, my erstwhile comrade in arms, my newfound mortal enemy. Behold the Prince of Darkness. I cannot be denied. Not even death can stop me. I have answered the God King's call. One day he'll answer to me, undead and undefeated.
Much to your surprise, you encounter Ifan Ben Medst once more, but Ifan stares at you, unmoving.
Look here, my erstwhile...
Godwoken, are your studies complete? Are your studies complete, God? Godwoken are your stud. All Godwoken have completed their studies. I take you now to the wellspring. There you are. So it begins. The first Godwoken to enter the wellspring of ascension becomes divine. May the new divine be worthy. For the rest, may he have mercy on your soul. To the wellspring of ascension. Begin.
I'm ready! Prepare yourself! hurts, doesn't it?
Prepare yourself. Prepare yourself.
I'm fading.
So good of you to come, God-awoken. You know, you are many things, but above all, you are reliable. Reliable to the point of being predictable. You came to the wellspring. I followed. The Lady Vengeance is, after all, my ship. And now here we all are.
It is time, mistress.
She gives you a long and steady look, as if it is the last time you shall see each other for the rest of eternity. Then she dips her chin in acknowledgement. You are almost her equal.
Yes, Vredeman. It is time.
She raises the Aetherin. Like a divining rod to water, it seeks the wellspring and finds it. The device hums to life.
We are done, mistress.
Yes, Vredeman, we are done. And so too, Godwoken, are you. Soon you shall be little more than relics of a bygone time, and this place shall be your tomb. Goodbye.
It might
Really?
be wise
You think
to
so?
look for a way out of here.
Not that I don't love these little chats, but can this wait?
Charming as our conversation.
Come on, now's no time.
The ritual has failed. The structure lies in ruins, but you have at least survived. You should feel relief, disappointment, confusion, anything but the rage that wells up from deep within you. The rage grows, burning hotter than the volcano itself, tearing at you, seeking to overpower your senses. The red mist wants to descend. The red mist feels like it does not belong to you. The red mist feels alive. And it wants you. A familiar figure materializes before you. A copy of yourself, enraged. Your own face glowers at you in hateful fury. It opens its mouth. And your furious god begins to speak.
Remember me. This has not gone as planned, and the fault is yours. You have brought the elves to their ruin. You have failed me. You have renounced me. I own you. I have tasted your flesh. Now you shall give me your all. Your body, your soul. The others are coming and I have work to do. I must do what you could not. I must become the one god of this world. Surrender to me. It won't hurt. Kneel.
He sighs
Let me show you the error of...
ready!
I'll yield to none.
Yeah. I am the last. I am the one. You are nothing.
I'm ready.
I'll yield to none.
The Titan lies in pieces before you. The god controlling it is dead by your hand. Lava roils as earthquakes rumble around you. Shockwaves of sound pierce the air, the growl of shifting ground. It's Malady. Where the hell are you, she calls. Ah, find my beacon. We need to get out of here. Her voice crackles and dissipates in your mind.
I guess when I said never again, I really meant once or twice more. Okay. Okay. The Hall of Echoes once more. Our home away from home. You know what affects me a great deal? Hauling you thither and yon, only to see you still haven't managed to ascend. I want a god in my debt. Is that so much to ask? At least you managed to murder one of the 7. Quite the spectacle. I've never seen anything so... Let's talk about this later. I need to rest. We've still one big jump to go, but... it'll have to wait.
She casts her gaze around, taking in the streaming bluish ether. She breathes a deep, ragged breath.
At least, it's quite beautiful here, isn't it? I'm going to take a rest, sort myself out. I suggest you do the same. Speak to the ship if you need me. She'll know where to find me. This may be your last bit of respite before the storm blows in again, Godwoken. Enjoy it. You deserve that much.
After all that's just happened, life, every flawed morsel of it, seems more precious to you than ever. You look around at those who have accompanied you so far. In each one, something unique shines through. Divinity has eluded you so far, but life beats strong within you, here and now. Who knows what lies ahead for you, for your companions? Your quest failed. The void is growing stronger, and the hall is dark. You feel the need for some affection. Perhaps they feel it too.
Know me? I believe we know each other rather well at this point. Indeed, I've made many notes on the major events in your life, and I believe personally observed many more. In fact...
Fane stops as he sees the look in your eyes, somewhere between annoyance, amusement, and affection.
Oh. To know me, scripturally. I mean, I'd rather wish, yes. Yes, I think I would like that very much.
As you move to go below decks, the live wood creaks and groans. The steps you thought you knew lead you to a part of the ship you've never seen before. A newly carved nook that smells of resin and wood chips. Touching the wall beneath your fingers, the live wood hums at your touch. You understand that the Lady Vengeance has carved this space for you in gratitude for your help. You enter and feel the presence of the ship recede, offering you the total privacy of a moment alone with your companion. The first moment you have been truly alone together. The air between you cracks and shimmers with sauce. Despite everything that's happened, you allow yourself to enjoy a moment of peace.
So, what exactly did you have in mind?
Fane pulls back as you reach for him. He looks away, his shoulders slumped.
Please. It is all well and good to caress cold bone, but it just feels so empty. Don't misunderstand. I enjoy your company. I enjoy it very much. It's just, I feel nothing. Neither the strength of your hand nor the warmth of your touch. I think there might be a way. A way we could be intimate. But it requires absolute trust. In truth, I never dreamed I would have the opportunity amongst your kind. But, well, perhaps I was wrong. You've helped me more than you know. You've opened my eyes to the merits of this world, if you'll pardon the expression. This land is so much more than a wasteland to explore. Its people more than specimens to be studied. My life is more than my obsession. At least, with you it could be. This notion of mine is not without risk, but do you trust me? And I trust you, with more than my life.
Fane reaches out his hand. Fane bows his head, and sauce starts to swirl around his bones. It outlines him in a green glow, shimmering about him as if his spirit was stepping out of his body.
Take me. Just a bit. Just enough.
Fane lets out a gasp and knocks your hands away.
What? What were you doing? This was a mistake. This was a terrible, terrible mistake.
Fane turns and leaves, running back above decks.
Well, hello again.
Your vision starts to blur as his source trickles into your body.
This will work much better if you close your eyes. Please.
You close your eyes, and the world around you disappears, but a new one takes its place. You're surrounded by rows of angular stone shelves, each one packed full of books. You're standing in the academy. But where you saw a cold, broken ruin, this place feels warm and welcoming. It feels like home. You reach out to one of the cases when there's a cough behind you.
You can grab me all you like, mortal. But a man's books? Is nothing sacred?
You turn and see Fane. Not a skeleton, not a mask, not some shadowy hooded figure. You see Fane. He's leaning against a desk, a four-headed staff in his hand. His bluish-grey skin shimmers in the gentle light of the library. He walks over to you with slow, smooth steps, his staff clicking sharply against the stone. As he gets closer, you can see his eyes, which look black from a distance, are actually filled with tiny points of light. It's like gazing into the cosmos.
So, where were we?
You hear a grunt of surprise as your lips press into his, before his arms move behind the small of your back and pull you close. He steps forward, taking you in his arms. Your hands run down his chest, across silken robes. He smiles shyly as you break off the kiss, but you notice a look in his eyes.
Perhaps you would prefer something else. I could find a mask if you would feel more comfortable looking at one of your own kind.
He leans over and touches his multi-headed staff. Source floods through his body, and it shifts, turning to a lizard, a dwarf, a human. Fane hoists you up in the air, walking back to his desk. He lands heavily against the desk, sending immaculate piles of paper flying across the floor. He pulls you on top of him with a grin. His heart races where your hands press down on his chest, and you can feel him growing, not just where you'd expect, but everywhere. His body seems to move and change to your pleasure, but all you can see are his eyes, a kaleidoscope of darkness and light, like the universe staring up at you. They draw you in, and as you press down on his body, you can feel yourself twisting, falling into those eyes, falling into infinity.
Well, that was... especially when our previous encounter went so disastrous. Thank you. Ah, yes, of course.
Fane hoists you up in the air, walking back to his desk. He pulls you on top. His heart races where your hands press. His body seems to move and change to your... They draw you in. And as you press down on his body, you can feel yourself twisting, falling into... Fane hoists you. He pulls you on... His heart... His body... They draw you... Now is not the time for a bath.
Well, that was... my word. I never imagined, especially when our previous encounter went so disastrously wrong. Thank you. You were most unusual. Coupling for us is a more ceremonial affair. This was briefer. I remember the conception of my little girl took almost a day. But for all its brevity, it was glorious. Alas, I fear reality calls.
After all that's just happened, you look around. Divinity, who knows what lies ahead for you, for your companions. Your quest fair.
Alone? Together? You and me? I love that. Lead the way, Chief.
As you move to go below decks, touching the wall, you enter.
Would you get a load of this place?
She saunters around the room, inspecting it like she plans to move in. She tosses her head over her shoulder and calls out to you in an affected tone.
I suppose it will do, darling.
Her face cracks into a smile, then a laugh.
So, what should we do? Wait, don't answer that.
She digs into her pack, skipping over to you, and sits on the ground at your feet, then tugs your hand for you to sit on the ground too. She sets an empty bottle on the ground between you and looks at you impishly.
Let's play a game. Don't worry, it's easy. It's called Spout's Choice. We each take a turn spinning this here bottle, and whoever the spout points to, well, I'll explain that part when we get there. You can go first.
She takes your hand and places it on the bottle, on its side between you.
Go on, spin.
The bottle swishes in circles as it spins. Losa watches it intently as it lands pointing directly at yourself.
Ha! Try again.
The bottle swishes in circles as it spins. Losa watches it intently as it lands, pointing directly at her. She smiles and blushes.
Well, in this game, you're meant to plant one on whoever the bottle lands on.
She flutters her eyelashes in exaggerated coquettishness, her blush deepening. She kisses you back, gently, more gently than you expected, then leans away, flushed with color.
My. My turn.
She spins the bottle, and it twirls and twirls, and comes to a rest, pointing into a no-man's land to the left of your knee. She doesn't lift her eyes from the bottle, but quickly corrects it to face you. She looks up then, drawing an arc with her eyes from the bottle's tip to your gaze. Her dark eyes are deeper, lusher than ever before.
Hey, Chief.
She crawls across the space between you and climbs into your lap, wrapping her legs around you. She melts into you and nuzzles her face into the crook of your neck. Her body is warm, warmer than it should be, her weight comforting and solid against you. She speaks into your neck, her lips brushing against your skin.
Chief, look, I don't know what's gonna happen from here on out. I don't know if we'll find Dallas. I don't know which one of us is gonna, you know, all the stuff they say we'll do. I don't even know if I'm still gonna be myself much longer. But I do know that I'm happier now than I've ever been in my life. You make me feel like I have a voice. Like I'm not just a host. Like I'm a real person. I need to tell you something. The thing is, well, you know, when two people get to know each other pretty well, I love you.
Suddenly, you feel the thud, thud, thud of her heart hammering against her chest and into yours.
I love you too. I love you too. I love you too.
One tear streams out of the corner of her eye as she breaks into a fit of laughter and throws herself forward, knocking you to the ground, her whole body wrapped around yours.
Oh, I've wanted you for so long. I've wanted you like this for so long.
She grins and takes your chin softly in her hand, parting your lips. She comes close to your mouth, so close, then licks your lips, once, twice, and kisses you softly, soft as your first time, then harder, deeper, her tongue swirling around yours. She tugs at your clothes and growls in your ear.
Get these off.
She nips and kisses newly exposed flesh all over your body, running her mouth from your neck to your belly button, down to your shins, up to your thighs.
Oh, that is one beautiful woman.
She sits up on her knees, still straddling your hips, and shimmies out of every last article of clothing. Her body is smooth and soft, flesh dipping generously beneath your hands. You could take handful after handful of her and never have enough.
Here I am, all of me, and I want all of you.
She moves her body slowly, slowly, slowly over yours, until you are one person, the surprise of it, the perfection of it making you both gasp. She moves in small circles, your bodies joined like they were made for each other, like they were never meant to be apart.
Oh, you're perfect. You're perfect.
You roll in unison, your minds, bodies, souls working as one. She holds your face, eyes soft and heavy.
This is it. This is my cure. You're my cure.
You are one in the night, one great, beautiful being, your bodies aching with desire where they touch, your mind ablaze, your souls entwined, growing great, greater, greater, greater.
How could I have gone this long without you?
In this infinite moment, it feels you'll never be apart again. Losa yawns and stretches, arching her whole body like a cat. She folds into you, her head on your chest, arm draped around your body.
I'm gonna love you for the rest of my life, you know. However long that is. Even if I have morning breath. Even if a demon eats my whole brain. Even if I hog all the blankets in the night and I'm not even sorry.
She holds you tighter and kisses your chest, where your heart is.
So, I guess we should get back out there. Save the realm, stop the void, blah blah blah.
She runs a finger up your torso, making you jump.
We get out of this thing alive, there'll be plenty more where that came from.
She plants a quick kiss on your lips and a bite on your neck.
Let's get out of here, Chief.
Well, hello again. As much as I would enjoy sailing these waters with you, I fear our time is short. I believe Melody recommended speaking to the ship's head when you were ready to leave. But I suppose it all depends on how much faith you put in a half-demon.
Hey, up. I hear we're about ready to move out. I reckon you'll need to talk with the ship head to summon Melody and let her know we're ready.
Hey, Chief. You ready to get out of here? Hey now, let's keep it professional and everything. We're still God-woken on a mission, aren't we? Though, after experiencing that thing you did with your tongue, I guess I know who the real god among mortals is.
Ifan's spirit stares at you, seemingly through you. There is neither affection nor blame in his expression. He gives no sign of seeing you. Ifan's eyes flicker rapidly from side to side, as if trying to take in an expansive sight. He whispers, Gleku Duma, over and over, and suddenly you seem to hear the chattering of thousands of elven voices in the distance. Then, before your eyes, his spirit dissolves into the sound, his own voice joining the cacophony that you can hear. That you could hear, for now, no sound remains. All is calm. The Red Prince's spirit stands bewildered, his spectral eyes beleaguered by disbelief.
Defeat? I have been defeated. Impossible. Impossible. No. Such is but a different truth. Even here I hear the voices of destiny whisper. I will have my empire yet. I will have my empire yet.
The day was lost, and no one won. Divinity is still up for grabs. Will you be the one to grab it? I do so wonder. Naught but the demon I'm hunting. A trivial task, really, compared to your current pursuits of divinity. I did. She's quite graciously taking us to demon-haunted arcs. Our pursuits align and continue.
Take whatever time you need to gather yourself, my friend. When you are ready, we can proceed.
Yes, I am sorry. She had me built to her exact designs. Not even I know all the ways in which she can control me. She was able to follow my wake like a shark, but I will see myself destroyed rather than be forced to betray you again. I swear.
Not many things I can fetch around here, but who cares, eh? Look at this place!
I'm glad I didn't step ashore on that island with you, sorcerer. That place is a pyre. The Order. My comrades, I don't regret leaving with Almira, but I did swear an oath. I hear Bishop Alexander made it to the island with some followers. What came of him? No loss. The Divine Order grew weak and divided under his stewardship. Perhaps if it survives, it can come back stronger.
I thought you'd forgotten about me, darling. How goes your little endeavor?
Almira gives you a devilish grin and traces her finger along your forearm.
I had a feeling you'd be one to watch, my dear. I'm glad to hear my faith wasn't misplaced.
Not right now. Come back later.
Like to take a look at what I've been working on? Go on.
by all means.
For security reasons, please keep this door closed.
The little girl doesn't...
Just say the word, and it shall be done.
Melody's face is drawn. She seems tired, somewhat subdued. She looks you over and squints.
What's wrong with you? You seem happy. Well, well, well. And does the object of your affection feel the same about you?
A smirk curls across her face.
Good for you, darling. We could all use a little good news about now, couldn't we? What comes next will be... well, it'll be up to you how it will be. I've had some time to think, and there's a few matters I want to discuss before we carry on. I doubt you've forgotten the death of Meister Siva.
She swallows hard and closes her eyes for a moment, as though trying to dispel a dizzy spell.
She and I had a deal, you see. A deal that's now quite obviously defunct. According to its terms, I was to help you ascend to divinity, and she was to help me with another matter. The details aren't important now, it's just... never mind. Another entangling alliance. But I won't be able to disentangle it on my own. There may come a time when I need to count on you as an ally. So, are we? Allies, that is. I'm glad to hear you say that. We do make quite the team, don't we? I found out where Dallas is heading. There's a great city not far from Driftwood, Arx by name. It's controlled by Magisters, so you'll have your work cut out for you. We have to find out what she's planning to do with the powers of the Seven. You'll need to find her and take back what she stole, and quickly, before she does something irreversible. Dallas, or any of the others for that matter, cannot be allowed to use the powers of the gods. She doesn't understand what must be done. She doesn't understand how to rule. It's quite simple, really. Chaos is a fact of life, surer than any other. Power is one of the few structures that can cut a line through that chaos. If wielded well, that line will mean stability, order, a comfort against the unknowable, changing forces of chaos. If wielded poorly, the line will mean domination, terror, different from chaos, but no better. Dallas, and the others like her, Alexander, the Mother Tree, the Prince of Shadows, they are little better than demons, really. They seek power at the expense of others, not to create stability, but to create servants. Look at my face, Godwoken. What do you see? I suppose we all see what we want to see. When I look in the mirror, I see balance. Balance between darkness and light, between good and evil. Whatever those categories mean. When the time comes for you to ascend, remember my face. Remember that despite any shortcomings you might have, if you can bring a semblance of balance to the world, you'll have done as good as the Seven did. And if you can be stronger than them, you'll do all the better. The Seven are gone, slain by their Godwoken, slain by you. You have the potential, the obligation even, to do better than they did. To create a better world than the world they made. I know what evil is, Godwoken. I've seen what chaos can do. It isn't how I picture Rivellon's future. You are my insurance against that. Now, there's little time to spare. We need to get you to Arx, find Dallas, take back what she stole. Shall we go? Very good. How lucky for you I'm on your side. I'm probably the only one masterful enough to transport an entire ship safely between the land of the dead and the land of the living. Captain Malady stands at the ready.
After the briefest moment of respite, Malady brought the Godwoken to Arx to recover the divine powers Dallas had snatched away. But the half-demon's secret was taking its toll on her.
Lucius! Fools! The bastard's going to ruin everything! Brace! 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 Don't say anything.
Malady groans, her face twisting in pain. She falls to one knee, catching herself on her hands. She raises one hand and raises herself to her feet.
Now, no need to fuss, I'll be fine. It's just that traveling between the realms isn't easy, you know? It takes something from my soul each time. But never you fear. I've pulled a clever trick out of my sleeve. The Lady Vengeance stands in two realms at once. A body here, a soul in the Hall of Echoes. You can still return at your leisure. At least I got us where we wanted to go. This is Arx. This is where Dallas has fled with the powers of the gods. This is where the path to divinity leads. Your guess is as good as mine for Dallas and track her in our... You cannot fail, God.
Hey, Chief. Before we get a move on, I'd like a word with Malady. You mind? Psst. Hey, Mals. I'm not, feeling so hot.
I should think not. The demon is getting closer to himself. You'll meet him in Arx soon enough, and if you meet him like this, it's bye-bye Losa. We won't let that happen, will we? I've got a little something cooking. There's power in names, after all. And we know exactly who Adramalik is. Don't worry. I'll find you before it's too late. Demon's honor. Hurry along now. You'll need to take care of yourself, God. Don't have many more of those on my sleeve. These Godwoken are going to be the death of me. Don't have many more of those on my sleeve.
Hey, everything okay?
Our lady's naught but kindling now. All we've got is each other. Not that I had any inkling of running off. Not when I'm so close to ending Justinia's plans once and for all. Death fog. I can barely breathe to think of it. Well, not really a ray of sunshine, am I? Come on, off to Mick. I've heard his name once or twice. He's in, how would you say, the import-export business. Old school royalist. The revolution's not exactly good for commerce, after all. I doubt he'll be drawing me a map direct to Justinia, if that's what you're hoping. Though you never know what I could convince him to do, given my winning personality.
Beast winks at...
I can be a charmer when I want to be. That's reassuring, actually. Can't say I know everything she's got planned, but I know she'll do anything she can to halt the revolution. Who knows how many lives she'd end to see it done.
Lucian the Divine standing guard over Arx. He's been slacking off, by the looks of things.
Many more of those.
Death fog below.
You see the crash? The ship? Are there Voidwoken? Thank that there are Voidwoken within the city. I fear they are outside it too. But it seems Lucian's spirit what do as we do. Stay
Pilgrims, probably here for Lucian's Day.
The doctor. Do you know where I might find him?
For sale here. Any takers?
A doctor? Well, I hear of a healer at the Sacred Cathedral. Maybe she helps.
Not a healer, a doctor. Think hard.
Jehan strokes his chin.
A bit of a chop.
He swings about.
Sadly, these pilgrims have no useful news. So, perhaps. But I'm determined to press ahead. Divinity, doom.
A firm handshake.
And so the hunt commences once more. May the Seven be on our side.